Deep within the quiet mountain, young Ananda sat alone, the silence doing little to quiet the storm raging inside his heart. Memories of laughter and the scent of jasmine haunted him, pulling his mind back to a life he had chosen to leave behind. He had renounced the world, yet the world refused to release its hold on his thoughts. Unable to bear the burden alone, Ananda arose and walked toward the only one who could offer him peace. Beneath the great Bodhi tree, the Buddha sat like a still mountain, his very presence a silent answer to the world's suffering. Master, Ananda whispered, my mind is a prisoner to desire. How do I find freedom? The Buddha smiled, not with judgment, but with the deep memory of his own former struggles. To answer him, the Buddha picked up a simple, dry stick and held it between his gentle fingers. He struck the stick against a stone, and a single, fleeting spark leaped into the air. Tell me, Ananda, said the Buddha, if I do not feed this spark, what becomes of it? Ananda watched the spark flicker, vanish, and become nothing but a wisp of memory. It is gone. Master, Ananda breathed, the truth beginning to dawn on him like the rising sun. Desire is the same, the Buddha taught. It has no power of its own. It only burns when you feed it the dry wood of your imagination and attention. But Master, Ananda confessed, the memory alone, the scent, the sight, it feels like fire itself. The Buddha picked up another stick, holding the two pieces of wood apart. Watch, he said. Friction creates heat. First came the smoke, thin, fragile, barely there. And then, with a final rub, a flame erupted, bright and hungry. See how the fire grows, the Buddha observed, as the flames cast dancing shadows on his face. Slowly, deliberately, the Buddha pulled the sticks apart. Without the friction of the two, the fire starved. And soon, all that remained was silence and a little ash. Desire is the friction between the mind and the senses. Ananda. Remove the rubbing, and the fire dies. The eye touches a beautiful form. There is friction. The ear touches a sweet voice. There's friction. The mind touches a memory of pleasure, and the friction burns hottest of all. You cannot always prevent the spark, the Buddha taught, but you can choose not to rub the sticks. Ananda breathed, and in that breath he did not fight the fire. He simply stopped feeding it. He unclenched his fists, and the world did not end. Instead, the world became quiet. The memory of Jasmine remained, but it was just a memory now, beautiful and harmless. Ananda bowed, not in duty, but in gratitude for a freedom he had never known was his. The Buddha placed his hand upon Ananda's head, a silent blessing passing between master and student. He walked back toward the cave, no longer fleeing from desire, but simply walking with awareness. That night, the cave was no longer a prison. It was a sanctuary. Beside him, two sticks lay still, cold and quiet. They held no power over him. When the sun rose, Ananda rose with it, whole, free, and awake. And so the Buddha taught, the spark is not the sin. The rubbing is the chain. You cannot control the winds of temptation, but you can choose not to raise the sail. And Ananda, once consumed by fire, became as cool as the moon. Desire is not your enemy. Ignorance of how to hold it is. Master the mind, and the fire becomes a lamp. If this story lit a lamp in your heart, share it with someone who needs peace today. Subscribe for more tales of wisdom.